Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games, here to do my weekly comic review. And this time, we're dealing with Kid Juggernaut. Now, Kid Juggernaut is written by Emily Kim and, hope I get the name right on the artist, Minkyu Jung. I think that's what it is, Jung. I'm going to start off by saying, I really like this art. This is a very classic style art, which is much more to my taste. Very crisp lines, very straightforward on what we're trying to accomplish in the story. And it's got a good panel flow. So kudos to the artist, whose name I hope I didn't butcher too badly. Now, the story is also a fairly simplistic, straightforward origin story of Justin Jin. And he is Korean descent. I don't think they actually ever say what town he's in. By Marvel, I usually default to New York. And he's a guy who got hit with his growth spurt, and he's huge already. Based on our payoffs, right, he looks like he's about 6'6", 6'7". And he's happy to work at Van City Buns, which is basically a donut shop and coffee shop. Big guy serving coffee and donuts. Kind of cool, just basic, normal kid who happens to be the grandson of the predecessor to Kane Marco as the Juggernaut. Go back here and figure out what his name was. It was his grandfather. Where is it at? There it is. Teiko. And he basically, Kane was set to kill him soon after he became the Juggernaut. And as he's sitting there talking about his normal life and everything being just basic student playing basketball and making donuts, we got a wizard working for the deity that created the gem that made the Juggernauts. And he's sent to find the shard. I don't know if this was explained in a previous book somewhere. I'm not familiar with it, but I don't know how a gem that would give indestructible powers to an individual would be capable of having a shard chipped off of it, even by a Juggernaut. But as we'll find out after his dad dies in Korea, because him and his mom are separated, and his dad went back to Korea, this pendant shows up. And the moment he touches it, he becomes extremely strong. He accidentally breaks the wall, knocks over a lamppost, which he catches before it hits a little old lady. And that's when his mom tells him about his granddad. Oh, whose name... Oh, that's right. He changed his name when he was working for Japan. Jinmu Ho. Yeah, Muho would be it. And he had gone, after his village was attacked by bandits, to the temple of... And I sure can't pronounce this deity's name. It's... Saito Rock. Anyway, he's the one that created the power into the gem, which made him a Juggernaut. But once he decided he wouldn't kill his own village, the deity sent the new Juggernaut, Kane, to kill him. Yeah. His mom is finally telling him all about this when the aforementioned wizard shows up and starts attacking. They get into a basic fight. He starts checking out his super strength, super leaping, being impervious to most things. About the time the wizard gets ready to kill him, Dr. Strange would show up. They would teleport him away. And to be fair, I have a misprint book. I hope it was a misprint movie. I hope all of them aren't this way. I'll be checking this in a little bit. But we have duplicate pages right here. And I don't see anything different between the two pages, so there's nothing, there's nothing, no reason for this to exist. It's not like it's a time loop or something like that. It's an error. And of course, the wizard shows up. Doctor Strange is trying to convince him that he needs to kill this guy. And finally, he decides he's going to accept that, and he will do it. And then he basically magically suits up into the armor. Which I kind of like the gray added to it. It gives it a little bit more color palette than what the regular Juggernaut's color is. So that's kind of cool. Definitely better than the X-Men big X on the helmet. I hate the current Juggernaut design. But in the end, Justin won't kill the guy because he said that's not the right thing to do. And also would not be what Doctor Strange would do. So, Doctor Strange is revealed to be this deity who's come out, and it looks like he's going to actually kill him, and Justin's response is just bring it on. To which the deity kind of laughs and says, I have bigger plans for you, far worse for you. And he just leaves. The wizard takes off. And he goes back to his mom. And his mom had hid the pendant so that the guy wouldn't get it. And gives her a son because she knew that the power could be used for good if the right person had it. And we end with him heading to the Avengers Academy, which I assume is going to be what happens with Doom Academy once the current One World Under Doom arc finishes. And we do have a last page with the coming soons that he's going to be involved in. This book is a pretty straightforward, pretty basic, and that's not a bad thing. It is a good origin story of a hero who inherits the same powers as a villain who refuses to be a villain. Very Marvel. And is going to do everything he can to become a great hero, including going to school with the Avengers. Kind of a la My Hero Academia. So, this book could lead to this character being very well used in the Marvel Universe. This is a really solid, good start. There's no exceptional bells or whistles. It's, like I said, very straightforward, but very, very well done. So kudos to the writer, and definitely kudos to the artist. I'm very happy with the art in this book. Check it out. It's kind of a light week on comics anyway. It's the 5th Wednesday of the month, so not a tremendous amount of strain on the pocketbook this week. So at $6.99 for this one shot, it's worth it, especially on the week when it's not straining you too badly. So check it out, and I'll see y'all next week. Remember, nothing stops the Juggernaut.